Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 7th. I've been on YouTube kind of talking cars, talking trannies, the whole deal. So hopefully I don't get demonetized for saying that word. It's transmissions that we were talking about, trannies. So don't, get your panties all in a bunch. We were talking about transmissions in a car with a car issue, nothing else. We were talking about loads. Talking about the shipping loads. Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah. Coolants. Yeah. The whole thing. So, 6 days in a row. SPY has been up 6 days in a row. QQQ up 6 days in a row. We've still got major confirmation. And later, when we go over scans, I'm going to show you if I just scan the core portfolio to see how many of the stocks in the core portfolio are still a buy in the 65-minute algorithm. If you want to day trade the core portfolio, solid results. First time since February, we've been up 6 days in a row. Not sure if it's going to keep going. But yesterday's Seeking Alpha performance email this morning, Lilly up 4.31%, NVIDIA up 1.66%, Costco up 1.5%, Roblox was down 4.67%. Remember, it's in the portfolio as a trading tool. It's up 1% today. It just took a dive back down to the 200-day. It hasn't broken the 200-day. It's using it as support. Remember, old resistance becomes new support. PanW down 2.68%. PanW back under the 200-day. If you want to buy PanW, I think it's $250 stock. Their earnings are coming up on November 15th. The Fortinet just got killed. Fortinet got killed again yesterday. They were down a huge amount. They're just continuing their slide. Not that I would buy this one, but they're continuing their slide. 100% continuing the slide down. You've got this gap from their earnings previously, way back in August, that they haven't been able. It's a poorly run business. Occidental Petroleum. We've got their earnings coming up. I think it's today after the bell, them and Devon. And we'll talk about Devon in a little bit. But Occidental Petroleum coming in after post-market, they were down 2% yesterday. Probably on the news that Berkshire sold a bunch of their shares. So that's probably where it came in. The other reason is because oil is down. If you go over to FinViz and you look, crude oil is down 2% today. Natural gas down 4.32. That means KOLD and SCO are having big days. So Shopify in the core portfolio, as long as the update, it got a quant rating from buy to hold. If we go over here and we look at Shopify, I can look at the Shopify. This is Seeking Alpha, so you know. The Seeking Alpha analysts, that's where it went buy to hold. It's still got a strong quant buy at 4.93. I've said that this one is a solid buy. I think it's an $80 stock by the end of the year at some point in time, maybe not by the end of the year. I mean, it's just got so much upward trajectory that it could go. Just understand that this 200-day at 81 is going to provide resistance. The 50-day on the weekly, moving positive. You've been hugging onto this one just above it. The 9 and the 21 on the weekly, you've got confirmation above those right now. Right after their earnings. But I do think those Bollinger Bands are starting to expand. You're starting to go up. I think Shopify is a good one. Speaking of earnings, Uber, I said yesterday, buy Uber on these earnings. Uber missed earnings today. Here's what you have to know about the earnings, though. Gross bookings were up 21% overall. Uber's third quarter was very strong and saw accelerations in its gross bookings, trips, monthly active platform consumers. Costs were up. I mean, the CEO, Kasha, I forget his name, but he said, yeah, costs are up. Mobility gross bookings, that is the portion of that's what everybody uses Uber for, but it's up 31% year over year. Delivery, which is the food, and some of their freight stuff. That was up 18% year over year. Crazy good earnings. Do I think you should buy it? Maybe you should wait for it to come back down to its 200-day at about 45. I do think with these earnings, it just wasn't as good as analysts expected. I think that $50 price that I was looking at, probably a little haltered. Right now in pre-market, you're down 2% at $47. Still, not a bad price long term. I'd rather have it here at 42. Look at the algorithm. The algorithm got you in at 42. You're up at 48.15 yesterday. That's a nice, what, 15, 20% move? Let's see where if we bought at 42 up there, yeah, that's a 15% move. Solid gain. Over what? Just 7 days? Solid play on Uber. Datadog, D-Dog. If you want, this is one of Bradley Ferguson's stocks from the Stock Market Nerd. And he provides great analysis on these stocks and fantastic analysis on these stocks. Here's a snapshot of a strong Datadog quarter. We'll go into the chart in real time, but it was super strong. I love his analysis. Great. He's got a great savvy trader thing. Let's go to Datadog, D-Dog in TrendSpider. And you can see, had no reason to buy it. I mean, the algorithm said buy at 82. You know what you're trading at right now? 99. It is up 25%. Ironically, it just soared past the 200-day. Soared past the 50-day, soared past the 200-day. You probably have 105 to fill this gap from the previous earnings. Solid quarter. I'll provide more info from Seeking Alpha if you'd like. But Datadog, I think Brad does a fantastic job in covering that one. Snowflake. Let's go to Snow. I can't type today for some reason. Snowflake right here. Solid. It's at 154. It's up 7%. Probably on the Datadog stuff. Who knows exactly why this thing's up? Let's see. Let's see if we can find out on Seeking Alpha why Snowflake is up. It's in the core portfolio, so any news. AI will be a transformative year, but probably AI news, yeah. Here, it's a solid buy from Seeking Analysts, solid buy from Wall Street, solid buy from Quant. It's a hold from Quant, but listen, if we go to the history of this thing, you can see. Just look. I mean, it's gotten the hold just because it's gotten up there. My price point on this. You're at 155 right now, so you're up near the 200-day. Your 50-day still moving negative. Your 200-day still moving negative on the algorithm. But this is a solid play. I think you buy this one, and I think when it gets to that 180 point, 175, 180, I think you sell. And I think it will. Their earnings are coming up November 29th. KOLD. We talk about that natural gas was down. KOLD has made a pretty good turnaround. We just had a cross up here at $51. Natural gas is going down. It's getting cheaper. Europe has filled their reserves. They don't need Russia. I don't think you're going to see the pop in natural gas like you have in the past for winters, unless we get to a cold winter. It is not that cold. I mean, we hit 80 degrees in Atlanta yesterday. So I'm not big on Boyle. I'm more big on KOLD. But understand, these are decaying assets. These are trading tools. They are not anything that you should be investing in. Now, look at that channel. We broke out. This is KOLD. So this is the short. This means that natural gas has just been weak. It's continuing that move. You're seeing the Bollinger Bands are just cinching up. Where are you going to go? The Bollinger Bands were wide open. And they're just cinching up. That typically means on the weekly, you're going to go somewhere. Palantir had an inside day on the daily. Let's go over here and look. Following last week's earnings, keep an eye on the 19 level. This is what TrendSpider tells me. So if we go over here to the daily and we just pull this, and you can see inside days are big. That's an inside day. The stock traded within the candle from the previous day. That's solid. So right now you're up 0.59% on Palantir, 1865. The algorithm, let's run the algorithm on this. The algorithm doesn't do great. It loses you 37%. Buying and holding loses you 32%. I think this is a $20 stock. At some point in time, this is hitting 20. If we go to a weekly, you're still in a solid upward play on this one. I think you're a $20 stock, 100%. Here, let's go over here because I want to show you why I'm so big on this. I tweeted this out on my Twitter. The first one, classic Kramer time. Hated Palantir when it was 8. Completely hated it back in May when it was 8. Now he's on the Palantir team. And there's your chart from TrendSpider that I'll include in the newsletter that has Palantir on the inside day. Solid $19. I think it's looking at 19 for today. So solid play right there, Palantir. Meta is in our core portfolio. And this one, Mark Zuckerberg had a huge, he sold over $17 million in share to kick off the month. This was his first insider sale since November of 2021. So the dude's living off of this. If we go to FinViz and we just look up Meta and you look at the insider sales. Now, mind you, the average target price is $376 on Meta. It's trading at $315. The PE is 27. Forward PE is 18. These guys are just printing money. Year to date, it's up 162%. You can see most of these folks have 350, 365. There's a lot of people who are saying this one's going to go up. Here's the two sales from Mark Zuckerberg, chief COB and CEO. I don't even know. Chairman of the board. That's what it is. Sold 16 million, 17 million bucks. Yeah, but he's got billions. That's what he lives on, probably. Who knows? I mean, he's got bills to pay. So that's his, again, first insider sale. I'm not saying it's bearish for the stock. I'm still bullish on this one. I still add to it. I don't know that I'm going to add to it at 316. I probably want to wait for it to get down below this 50-day at 310, and it will. It will. We're just going to flounder around here. Understand, we're in a solid upward trend of a market. There's still a question, is this a bear market bounce? Meaning that, in July, we trended down, and you can look at SPY. You know what? Let's go to the Qs. We're going to look at the Qs because I track the Nasdaq way more than I track the SPY. But here, look at the Qs. On the algorithm, you just broke the 200-day. Now, old resistance becomes new support, but you can see it doesn't, here back in October, we crossed up and then you crossed down. If we go to a weekly for a long term on this one, you can see the all-time highs back here in 2021, you were at about 400. You're at 370 right now. Solid bounce off the 200-day. So I think you should get into this one. I don't know. I mean, again, are we in this bear market, meaning this downward trend? If you go here and we touch 3 points, you still have some resistance up there to break through that trend. Or if we just take this kind of low, back here, and we just go up 3 points right there, and you look. I mean, is this a bull market? Or are we just in a bear market bounce where you're going to continue down and see that resistance level? I don't know. But what I do want you to do is there was Scott said on YouTube, hey, I just might want to sell some stuff because I'm feeling it. This is what you have to read. This is a guy named Bob. And Bob invested at the worst times, at every market peak. He began his career in 1970 at age 22. His plan was to save $2,000 a year, so he continually just put that money in. And every time he put money in, the market was at its high. And he just kept putting money in. This is the power of compounding. This is the power of an upward moving market. If you have something like the 2000s where you just have a lost decade, you continually make your money by continually reinvesting. So I want you to read this article, and this article, I have it bookmarked. I read it every quarter, especially in times like this, where I don't know if we're in a bear market. I don't know if we're in a bull market. The point is, continue to put money into the market. Continue to find opportunities. So you just want to make sure that you can do this. Now, here's the thing. QQQ, just on my algorithm, it makes you 6% over 2 years. That's great. You know why? Because if you bought 24 months ago, you're down 8%. That is a 14% differential. So the algorithm works on a lot of these high-tech, high flyers. Yes, you could buy TQQQ, even on the algorithm. We talked about earlier this week, we had a TQQ cross-up. I just by chance timed it. I think in October where I bought TQQ down here at 31. I've timed it so that it's good. I think you're going to see a bounce off the 39. If you get above 39 and hold 40, I think we're in a bull market. Honest to God, I think that's the bull market bounce that you have. I think that's the one. OpenAI, they held their first major conference yesterday. It blew away everybody. Here's a CNBC article that I will include with all of the details. You can go on YouTube and just type in OpenAI to find out exactly what they announced. OpenAI GPT-4 Turbo, crazy. This is what was the big thing. Personalized chatbots. You can basically train it on anything that you want, and it becomes a personalized chatbot. That is crazy. They're opening up App Store. This puts OpenAI up there with Google, with Microsoft, and with probably Amazon and Google. I mean, it puts them as a major player. There were a couple of things that blew me away. And we'll go back over here because the one that's going to benefit the most from this is Microsoft. They're at $358. Do you buy it at $358? I think you can buy it at a better price. But here's what you have to know. ChatGPT broke records as the fastest growing consumer app in history months after its launch. That was just 1 year ago. Now it has 100 million weekly active users. More than 92% of Fortune 500 companies use the platform, up from 80% in August. They span across industries like financial services, legal applications, and education. This is from the CFO of OpenAI. That is crazy. That is crazy quick adoption. This is huge for Microsoft. When they launch Copilot to a broader audience, you will see this one probably take off. I think it's like $10 extra a month per user. Crazy bullish for this. I got a question yesterday about short squeezes. This is a great article from Warrior Trading on what is a short squeeze, how to profit. The reason I like Ross's take on this, Ross is famous for making nearly $1 million back in January 2021 with GameStop. He constantly just put money in, took money out, made a ton of money, and that was a short squeeze. So if you want to know about short squeeze, if you want to know why I don't think that that AMC is going to have a short squeeze, you can read that. That's a great one from Honey Hustle. What was his name? I forget what his name was. Let me see. Yesterday from YouTube asked me. Hustle Hacker was his name. That was just so happened to be timely. Tesla. Daily MACD cross up. Now, remember, I use a 4-hour. A daily is just a little bit slower, but it had a daily cross up to the upside. Is it a reliable indicator on a daily cross up of the MACD? If you longed every MACD cross up to the upside and exited when it crossed back down over the last decade, you would have a 43% win rate, 4.6% average return, 3.17% rate of return. So here's the chart. I'll include this chart. I'll include the link to this thing. The important part is this is what you want down here, and I'll include this. This is an import of a strategy of their algo of just a MACD cross up on Tesla. You can use them, and you can change what you scan for. You can change it from Tesla. You can change it to Apple. You can change it whatever. But understand TrendSpider has these tools that allow you to take emotion out of your trade and just say, you know what, I'm going to trade this. And you can even launch it on bots if you want. It's really good. And understand that TrendSpider has a sale going on right now. You can get the elite level right here. just go to the link that's down below or Linktree, whichever one. Here are your three options. First option is $43.45 per month. That's a 45% savings. That's a great price. 7 days free, and then it's $31. You pay yearly. It's $31.85 per month. That's $382. So you pay $382 after 7 days. Try it for 7 days. You pay $382. Or since you listen to my podcast and you understand the power of TrendSpider, just pay $296. Skip the 7-day trial. The elite level is what you want to work with the algorithms. Remember, if you just want a daily algorithm, then you can go to Essential. Essential has free trial and pricing options too. This one is a little bit less. The tools are still there. The tools are still great. You can see all of the tools that you get. Look at the difference down here. If you just go to my link, you can find all of the details on their thing. But again, the Tesla, I love that algorithm of MACD strategy. You can import it right there. PXD, I did a little deep diving yesterday. This is down 2% at 234. With where Exxon was trading yesterday, which was about 106, the actual price that you want to get, that you're going to get for the purchase is $246. So 246, remember, this is changing every time because you get like 2.3 something percent. Let's go to Bard. Let me see if I have the Bard thing on here because it should save my history. Let's see. No, doesn't have my history because I think I did it under, well, let me change to this account. We're going to change to that account and look at it. Because I do think, yeah, ExxonMobil acquires. Here we go. So I trained the algorithm. What is the price of ExxonMobil? The price is, here. Is Exxon buying PXD? That was my first question. Yes. And here's the deal. It says you will get 2.3234 shares. I said, what is Exxon trading right now? It said 106. What is Pioneer trading at right now? What is the price? Exxon times 2.332, 246. So 246 is what you will get. So if you want to hold on to it, hold on to it. PXD, their earnings are already passed. This dividend, we talked about the dividend. If we go over here and we look at PXD, I think they announced a special dividend of like $1 something. Let's take a look at dividend. Let's take a look at summary because that'll be where the news is. Declares $3.20 per dividend. So you will get the regular dividend of $1.25 and a variable dividend of $1.95. You'll get $3.20. So the question is, do you want to hold on to it? Well, at $233, I'm not selling it because I can get $246 worth of Exxon stock once that's taken place. Plus, I'll get a dividend of $3.20 here. So I'm not apt to get rid of this one. I think 246, if it hits 240 again, after its dividend is paid, I might sell it because I've already gotten the $3. But you want to take a look at that one. Now, Devon earnings are today. I will include this article from Devon. Devon Energy, what to expect. There's been a lot of questions. I've had, Cecilia yesterday asked me about it. And Devon, the chart just looks ugly. And stock, the stock just continues. It's down 3% at $45 today. Are you buying? It got you in yesterday at $47. The algo did. The RSI is just down. This is just based on oil. This is 100% based on the weakness in oil. But Devon, you're down at 45. I continue to say that $50 mark is solid. You can see here, Wall Street, over the last 2 years, Devon has beaten estimates 75% of the time. Over the last 3 months, earnings per share estimates have seen 17 upward revisions. The consensus is $1.55, and the consensus revenue is $3.63 billion. There's a lot of talk whether they will buy Marathon Oil or another one. I mean, that could be announced at the earnings. Probably not. Here's Devon's ratings. Seeking Alpha analyst, buy. Wall Street analyst, buy. The quant has it as a hold. Year to date, it just has not been a solid play. Year to date, we can go and look. Let's go over to FinViz. I would be using, by the way, both FinViz and Seeking Alpha. And you guys know, even before I was an affiliate of Seeking Alpha, I was using it for the charts, stuff like that. You can create alerts here, even on Seeking Alpha. But I think Seeking Alpha has significantly better news articles. I like their platform for news articles. I like their platform for charting. I like their platform for just looking things up. But if I just want a snapshot on one screen, I think that FinViz is what I like a little bit. But use both. Both are free. I mean, you can get free versions of both. And like I said, Seeking Alpha, the upgraded version is fantastic. I enjoy it a lot. Listen, you get TrendSpider for $300. You get Seeking Alpha for $189 with the coupon that you have. You've got great technical and you've got great fundamental investing. Those are the two things that you really want to look at. Technicals are the charting. That's TrendSpider. Take emotions out of the trade. Then go over to the fundamentals and look, are my emotions keeping me in? Because I love Apple. I love Google. I love that stuff. Yeah, the two are super, super complementary. Here's Devon, down 21%. The average target price is $59. You can see a downgrade October 17th down to $48. Still, I think that $50 price target is still good. If we go and we look over at the chart, I do think that line is a solid line to trade around. Now, what happens if for some reason they come out with worse earnings? You still got a dividend on this one. If we look at this one and we go over Seeking Alpha and we look at the dividends, you can see forward dividend 1.69. If we look at the dividend history, they have announced special dividends. So you're getting solid. Look at the dividend. I mean, it's declining, but that's the special dividend that's declining. I think you're going to get significantly more than 29 cents per share. I think you're going to get that there's let's just go 3 year. And you can see, yeah. This was when it was crazy, $1.37 per share. That was the largest S&P dividend player. But now it's on the decline. 29 cents, you'll probably get closer to 50. So I do still like Devon. I am holding on to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, Mason from Spotify wants me to look at SoFi. I haven't looked at SoFi in a while. If you've been here for a while, you know I like SoFi. I said, hey, buy it down here at 7. I think it's a solid play. They've had their earnings. They lost 3 cents per share. Since their earnings, if you got in at $7.38, you rode it all the way up to that 200-day at $8.53. Remember, that 200-day provides significant resistance if you don't break through. Do I think you should buy this now? I'd probably wait. There's some weakening in the banking sector. SoFi isn't immune to that. They've talked about forgiveness in student loans again. So I'm just not sure that this is right now a great one. I would be waiting probably till you got down to this RSI down here at 30. Wait till it's oversold and wait for it to bounce. See that MACD? And if you don't know about MACD, look up MACD. Google how to work with MACD, because the MACD is a significant indicator of where the direction of a stock is going. You can see up above the oscillator, boom, it's green, selling solidly. Now that blue line is about to cross that yellow line. That yellow line is known as the strike line. And when it crosses down, that's a bearish sentiment. Also, you don't have confirmation over the 9-day in the 4-hour. Now, if we take a look at a daily, and we look at this, which a lot of people do look at the daily, you're just above the 200-day. You're using the 200-day as support. Again, it's not resistance. You're using it as support. We haven't broken down below it, but do I expect us to break down below it? Probably. The MACD is just looking weak enough. So this is a daily, and if we go to a weekly, you'll see it's probably still in an upward trend. It's kind of capitulating. You got the Bollinger Bands kind of moving in a little bit. It's not new enough. It's too new so you don't have a 200-day, so you're really using this 50-day. The 50-day support is 687. So I'd probably wait to get into this one. I don't think it's one that you rush into. I also think this is a trading stock. If we go over here and we look at SoFi, in FinViz. You can see they're not making money. They're losing money, $418 million. They have plenty of cash on hand. There's not a problem with cash. Their forward PE is 111. That is super, super expensive. Year to date, you're up 62%. If we go over to FinViz and we look at SoFi, you can see the Seeking Alpha analyst buy 3.9. SoFi does not currently pay a dividend. We'll go to the summary. Hold of 3.44. Hold. So I agree. It's a hold. I don't know that I'd get into it. If you're holding it, I think you're solidly going to hold it. It doesn't excite me. Doesn't make me go, oh my God, I've got to get into this one. So let's look at some scans. KOLD, we went over KOLD. That is the first one. And just so you know, when I go over scans and I say scans, these are stocks that are bullish in my algorithm, the 4-hour algorithm, which is what you get when you sign up for TrendSpider. You basically sign up for TrendSpider and then email me. All of the links are right here on Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. The top one is TrendSpider. Second one is Seeking Alpha. All of the socials are here. So to sign up for TrendSpider, you go to TrendSpider, click on that. Then you're going to click on this link, which is an email address, dailystockpick3@gmail.com. You email me once you sign up. I confirm that you're in my program within TrendSpider, and then I'll send you back a welcome letter. But let's talk about stocks. KOLD. KOLD 5160, you're at 5295, you're up 3% today. I expect that one to continue in the upward direction. I just think that energy is a sector that is a little bit suspect right now. You play it for the dividend, just hasn't shown strength. ELF, we talked about ELF after earnings. ELF at 101. I said get it under 100. You're at 101. You got a MACD cross up. Your RSI right now is in no man's land at 51. I think you use that the 200-day as its next resistance. Wait for it to have confirmation. If you're trading this, trade it on a shorter timeline. But you can see we've sort of gotten confirmation, but you're still touching that 9-day. So touching that 9-day means you don't have full confirmation. You can buy it if you want it for a long term. I solidly think that this is still in an upward trend. They still have growth. Look at that weekly. You're just touching this 50-day. You're still in an upward trend. So I would be fine buying this one, on the 4-hour algorithm. In fact, I might. Next one, crypto, ETHE. Bitcoin. This is the Grayscale Ethereum Trust. We've been in this one since 11 on the algorithm. You're at 14. And the $11 buy came at October 16th. You can see the MACD line. We talked about it a little bit. It's well over its oscillator. This is significantly overbought. 63 is the RSI. That MACD is super, super high. I would wait for it to cool off. I wouldn't buy it here. It's just gotten a bullish signal. PDD, Pinduoduo. These are the owners of Temu, if anybody's used Temu. Buy in at 107. The China stocks have not been coming back. China has not been coming back as quick as everybody planned. But look, if you were here in August at 78, even back in July, you were at 70. You're at 106 right now. I don't think that's a horrible price. It is rather expensive. If we go over here to FinViz and we look at PDD, you can see the forward PE is 17. PE is 25. Those are kind of expensive. It's only up 28% year to date. The 52-week range, you're 6% below your 52-week high of 112. You're 80% above your 52-week low of 58, which, by the way, came way back here in June. In June, we were at the highs in the market. This is completely opposite of the stock market. So China's completely trading exactly opposite. But PDD. And then the final one on the 4-hour algorithm is on Semiconductor. With their earnings, they announced some weakness, blah, 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 some guidance down. That's why you see this one significantly down. The 66.24 is the algorithm buy. I would not buy it here, even though you have a MACD cross up and your RSI is at 31. And I do think that this gap gets filled. I would wait for it to trade above that 9-day. Get some confirmation. That death cross right there on October 11th worries me. This downward spiral worries me. Doesn't mean it's going to go back up. This is significantly expensive. If you look at On Semiconductor here, the PE is 13, forward PE is 14. Not super expensive, but if they have guidance coming down, That's where it gets expensive. The average price target, 87. It's trading at 66. But look, all of these downgrades, look at all the downgrades. The most recent downgrade, $60 from Baird, outperformed in neutral. Read up on this one. I don't expect it to come on. It just has a bullish thing. Now, let's talk about one of the other things that you get with TrendSpider, the market scanner. So you get my daily scanner that I use to find all those stocks. You also get this 65-minute scanner. What this 65-minute scanner does, you can scan whatever list you want. Specifically, I like to look at, okay, which stocks are a buy in the 65-minute algorithm from the Daily Stock Picks core portfolio. And we have a ton. Remember, it's 65-minute candles because in one trading day, you have 7 candles. You have Roblox, you have Google, you have Pepsi, you have Walmart. What I want you to see about these stocks, look at the bullishness that we've seen since September, on Roblox. Look at the bullishness that we've seen in Google since earnings, where you dip down here. Look at that bullishness. Look at the bullishness in Pepsi since the end of October. Look at the bullishness in Walmart since the end of October. The end of September. Look at the bullishness, which Apple, which just crossed 180 again. Yesterday it traded to 183, I think. Look at their bullishness since the end of October. Amazon at 141. Look at their bullishness since earnings. Again, this is a 65-minute algorithm. It just scans for, is this stock a buy in the 65-minute algorithm? If we go over to the strategy tester, and I choose the 65-minute algorithm, and let's just look at one of those, Apple. Let's see what Apple right now. The 65-minute algorithm makes you 10%. If you bought and held, you're up 19% to almost 20%. This is in 8 months. So you have 93 positions in this one. Right now you were a buy at 176, you're at 180. Let's see Amazon, because we're in on that one. The 65-minute algorithm got you in at 128. You're at 142 right now. Great algorithm. Boeing, 65-minute algorithm. This one's back down at 190. 65-minute algorithm got you in here at 180. Got you out 7% gain. You're not back in. Bank of America. The 65-minute algorithm got you here at 15 at the end of October. Just a few days later, you're up 10%. 10%. So again, this is a 65-minute algorithm. You can go down. We can go down to Google. There are a ton of these stocks in the core portfolio, which are right now bullish. You can see this one got you in at 125. I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Google's not one that I trade on the 65-minute algorithm, but you can look at it for entry points. And all of these are solid plays. Coke, even though it's been a buy since 52, 53, I said if it went, this is going back above 60. So Coke is a solid play. We can look at Netflix, which is trading right now at 433 since their earnings. Got you in at 400 here. Got you out with a 2% gain. You kept that, and then you come back and buy it back here at 403. Got you out with a 68.68% gain. Then it got you back in at about 405. You're still in at 432. Solid gains. NVIDIA, this one got you in down here at 406 back on October 31st at the end of October. You're up at least 10%. It still has you in. So this is why you get TrendSpider, because these, and you order it through me because you get these algorithms and you get the ability to day trade, to get in and get out. By the way, Palantir, look out at that 19 level. This got you in at 1832. It got you in right here. Got you in at 17 right after the earnings. You're at 19. I think you're hitting 20. At some point in time, this had solid confirmation here, even at 1898. It is up 2.37% today. So solid plays. I'll include this list. In fact, one that I want you to see, in fact, I'll put this in the newsletter, is Cleveland Cliffs. It's down 1% today, but look at this 65-minute algorithm. Look at this chart. I mean, it gets you in all through here with solid 2% gains. 0.15% loss. Doesn't have you in right now, Doesn't have you in right now. It got you out. But it got you in at 17.19. You're trading at 17.10. This is a solid play. This one's going to 20 at some point in time. Even if we look at Devon Energy, the 65-minute algorithm could save you. Look, it got you out here with a 4% gain. Now it got you back in, and you lost 0.4%, lost 1.2% there, but solid gain of 1.46% yesterday. It got you out yesterday. So again, you want to look at these things in a long time frame, a short time frame, and a medium time frame. 65-minute for me, short time frame. Medium time frame, 4 hour. You look at Devon on a 4 hour. Remember, that's 2 candlesticks per day. You look at Devon in the 4 hour. If it can come up here, come on, TrendSpider, work for me. There we go. In the 4 hour, you're out. You're still in at 47. I'd just probably buy more at 45. And then you go to a weekly. And those are the 3 charts that I really tend to look at when I'm looking at stocks and saying, okay, where's the trend? Where's the opportunity? Here in Devon, you're seeing the Bollinger Band cinch up right before earnings. That's where you're going to see either a move up or move down. Bollinger Bands, as they cinch up, they typically indicate a move higher or lower. A springboard, if you will, higher or lower. It's not always, listen, anything goes higher or lower. But any questions that you have, hit me up on the socials, in the referral stuff. Order AT&T, order Tesla, order Webull. Webull is a mobile phone plan. I'm on it, $25 a month, unlimited. I love that one. I love that service. Daily Stock Pick newsletter. The newsletter, I wrote it yesterday. I said buy before earnings. I continue to say that Uber, solid play. If we go and we look at the Uber chart, I said buy it before earnings. You know what? It's up 1% right now. Buy it after its earnings. You could have gotten this one today. Look at this candlestick. You could have gotten this at 46.68. It's up at 48.69 right now. It's going to hit that $50. If you're not in this one, I don't know that it's worth buying it, because I do think that $50 price point, I think, comes back down. But the 4-hour algorithm had you in here at 42.82. This is a solid gain in just a few days. 15% in just what? This got you in on October 31st, at the end of October. So 7 days. 7 days, 15% on that one. So TrendSpider, keep up the good work. Okay, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading.